Hello. Well, I hope with time I can make this better. I got an agenda for next year, and maybe I'll just start filming in another channel with my name, Patricia. So I don't know what to do next year. Just it's so cute. I like to be nice company. Um, Get my children. Alice insane. Every week I talk about a word. So the word of the week is decorating, enhancing, I'm going to look with the synonymous. Um, Above decoration, we should be positive, I guess. As the website of freethesaurus.com. You go there on anonymous thesaurus. So in decoration, above there is a branch that is for adornment. Below there is metal, and below, even lower, is ornament. So at the very top from adornment, there is enhancement, elaboration, garnishing, embellishment, ornamentation, trimming, beautification. That's nice. So meditating in this word, I was feeling how much women love to decorate, to make themselves beautiful, and how man loves to do art towards women, painting them, making beautiful stories, and also singing to them. For women, it's been very hard to express through the arts towards men because they have been very much the center of attention towards what is beauty. So they just put the beauty on themselves to beautify themselves as a woman, and is what everybody sees as normal. This generation, my father was a healthy man who would do sports, um, handsome. In this generation, men are taking more care of their body and beauty. Um, of course, genetics help, and nutrition. Of course, socio family environment. So I really wish to have a lot of power to make peace in the world. So I give a prayer in the air to those in power to stop this war and bring some order. There should be a word for bringing peace in times where all those who wish war are complimenting each other, giving medals to each other, because they are all agreeable. And they're all agree to keep the war. It's like they get paid for being agreeable. And that's how things work, of course. Um, they have no awareness, no consciousness for destruction, the hunger, the miseries that are not needed at all. There is no need. There is no need to do this. So people are afraid to speak out. Those in power, they're just for their business and entertainment. So it is a shame. It is a shame to see that in these times people can become so selfish. I mean, those in power to stop this. So it does not take one person, but many. The European community is just over the top with egocentric acclaim power coming together, and they are creating many parts of the world to split away. So I really wish I had all the power in the world to stop this. So I already feel powerless as a mother without my children in Christmas. And I guess I am not relevant enough because one should pay attention to idiosyncratic people who just have a good cover and relations for what. So I will just keep praying. I used to do a lot of things in the private, anonymously. I just gave up, so I cannot do anything much because I have hackers. My inspiration is not private. Privacy is beautiful. It's okay when you share the same mind and psychic or spirit, even though we're all different. There are certain patterns as aesthetics that is not just in the looks, but in the formation of ourselves that blends with one another. I was thinking lately that I always had this vague idea that nobody could match with me. So I will just have to accept how people are. Just love, not expect anything, because nobody could match me. No one. So I can be a narcissist. I can be an empath. I could be, for sure, I can have a mix of traits. um, just always thought, just love, love unconditionally, explore the other, accept the differences, because nobody is going to be like you. So we wish others to be as ourselves. In the therapy group of family constellation, when we have children, we learn that two families have to accept another. Suddenly, another one is coming in, and we have to accept they are different. We're having a child together. We're becoming a family with our differences. So is it is many times hard. It is very hard. I never want to have money to be loved because of my money. Because I grew up as a top millionaire. My parents could cover this, not as one, like having properties, but did really see have seen that if you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot maintain all this and all this cover, all these material things. I wish my mother to be more with me, or my father. Why they would work so much? Why were they so ambitious? They had time for us. So there was a lot of all this circus, and I couldn't understand all these friends and parties. What was so important? I was always thinking I matter more. And they would look at me as if when I grow up, I will be have the power to be as them and understand. They didn't tell me, but was kind of like the message I got while growing up. I grew up as I would never wish to be like you, because this is not true love, and this is all uh, just a show. It's a show. These are not true friends. They come and go. Um, they did a sense of loyalty and warmth and home. And as a child, I guess what you love more is your home. When you're in your 20s, you love going out, studying, having all this ambition as well, getting all these clothes. You're more hormonal and full of life. Just have to go out and run and move your energy all the time. So one is absorbing a lot and hungry to to know about the world. So yeah, I used to dress so much in so many ways, and have so many friends as well on the 20s and on the 30s. And with your children, you get to try to be a better person and be more aware of your relations and your doings. I sometimes think, to what degree is it helping me to see the news on internet? Um, how careful one has to be with one's happiness, because there is so much jealousy and envy in the world, watching how these beautiful people, four in at Idaho, got murdered. Uh, I wanted to say how much I wish to have bodyguards when I was little. I was afraid that someone would enter the house and kill us or kill someone of us. Before I was 6 years old, I had a terrifying fear sometimes that someone would break through in the house, and that energy. When I grew up, um, away from my father, I thanked my mother to have lived without my father, to be able to discern, this is who I am, I like these other things, and understand my father, his talents, and also his things. So there are relations as well. It's not that you want to be like that. You pick what you like from your parents, but it's good to be away sometimes from some parents so you can define yourself. Um, 7 to 13, we grew up in Madrid. From 13 to 17, 18, we were between Ibiza, India, and England in boarding school. So it was later on that I got to be more with my father. Of course, we seen him in holidays and he lived with us 9 months, things like that. But he was very loved and missed. But he was always paranoid that someone would kill him. He would lock the doors. He would always check out. Because as an adult, I wouldn't be so sensitive as a child. So I think there was maybe a fear in the house. And it was true. Some people tried to break in. They broke through, and it was my grandmother who got them out. She she was she was a brave woman. Everyone was saying. I don't know where this fear came from. So my father had reasons to be afraid of being killed because as a journalist in politics, he had ruined many people's career, and he liked that. He for sure had this warrior gene, prosocial psychopath that has this sense of adventure and skills to, in a mental way, in a sharp mental, but it still psychologically can affect you because you are in a war, in a constant war. So I was trained all my childhood a warrior and pushed and to fight and I thanks that my husband had a car accident because thanks to him I went to psychiatry. I went for him in concern for our children to care for him as my family and but I learned a lot about myself with psychiatry, even though I was assistant of therapy for 14 years. So I got to learn that it is not okay. The Bosin is it is not okay to be, that to be pushed as a brat, to always respond, to always win. He didn't say it like this. The thing with psychiatrists is that they say things in a very tune way. Just they give a lot of facial expressions and I would tell him I was programmed for this. What can I do? I can help it. I can help it. It's beyond your own awareness. It's like you don't want to do it, but you still do it. Even with premeditation and allegory, you will do it. And it's just at the same time, I think it's like a constant war that is been through so many generations. So I have a written for all my ancestors. It's been a constant struggle and war for people stable in one place from all the sides. So I used to always joke that all I wish is stability. And I said, well, I don't want to end up in jail because that's also a lot of stability. So I said, well, at least you know, something about being creative and having freedom that can allow you to move and get to count on the things elements appreciate. Now that I have to build up myself again, and just it's taking time, months to let go. That I created the metaverse. It was not metaverse, but for the multiverse with my formula. I have tried pushing these people, these places, these things. So it takes a lot to just let go of that because there is nothing to fight for. It's no attention, the paying attention to ridiculous. They have people have their own stories that have nothing to do with me, nothing at all. So just to for me, it's kind of like also the core case with McDonald's for recycling, and I had created a method for recycling as well. I've been the battlefield trying sending to parliament everywhere. I'm not going to be fighting for rights of privacy like a psychopath online in a nice way, not bullying people or trolling, but getting the panorama and the patterns of how to compose this sentence of what are people into as a global, what do they have in common. So getting the sentence so is like a dance that it moves because you have to move with the reality. So I have put my heart into that. What is more beautiful than your privacy besides sharing yourself with your family and taking care of your household, your people, what you consider yours, no matter how many mistakes they did. Of course, you don't want to be with some people because they keep doing these mistakes, and it's like they want to take over your life. So one has to move on with one's priorities and say, I want to enhance this. I cannot be an ace in this. You know, not this is not me. Now you cannot stop some things, and this is Netflix with Megan and Harry. Harry's not Harry anymore. It's Megan and Harry. And the way I used to like Harry is like it's just getting to see the true colors of Harry. It reminds me of how much my sister changed. My little sister. I could see she was always jealous. She wanted to be the big one. It gives you more power being the first. Um, I have not been the best sister sometimes because I had to always show her that I am the first, that she has to respect me. So I will teach her to draw, teach her to swim, because I went to swimming class. So we had a swimming pool and we had a lot of time. Teach her to draw and give her my jacket when it was too cold for her. And they were late. Things that she had to respect me because I am the biggest. So sometimes I had to push her and say, no, I am going to eat from this Nutella first because I am the first. And it was not that I wanted to make her feel bad, but she had to, because your parents are not there. They are after the money. They are, I don't know, it's probably doing all these things. Thank you for the education. Thank you. I could have survived better if I was low class, living with the low class, because I would have the skills. Well, it's been a torture, but thank you. This is things that happen in life, not that my family would wish, but there is always this constant thing to be going away, running away. With my psychiatrist who says, "Ah, you want to run away? Escape. You just face your problems, he said Bussini. Because that is the warrior, the paranoia trait. He put that paranoia trait there in my medical. And he said it's reasonable. It's not a paranoia that is reasonable, but you shouldn't put attention to that because then you're creating it more. You're creating it unless you're creating putting that attention to something else. Storytelling and role play. I could do 1,000 million stories and create a lot of drama and drive everyone crazy and keep creating other stories flip. But when it comes to your real life, one is more sensitive. One is more I myself I'm totally blocked when it comes to right now. Just blocked. It's been too much. So it is good to think that I am starting from zero. Just forget all this and these people are giants. They cannot think for them, so you cannot say anything and try to. It's hard because I'm blocked. I'm stuck, and I want to move on and enjoy my life and get prosperous. Invest my energy on something that is more realistic. Because facing what what's happening to me is facing nothingness. Is really nothing. Nothing has happened to me. Nothing has happened to my work. Is what is my work to be? Because this is not a video game. Role play and the multiverse is not a video game. The things have moved, but they are out of my control, out of my creativity, and I cannot give it for free. I cannot give all my work for free. It has a price to pay, and it's been 18 years of work and investigation. So for 2022, as I see the greed, the supremacy, where they take advantage, they don't care about people's lives. They have another delusion away from the global reality of how is it possible to synchronize everyone and get aligned with what is definitely important from scratch with very basic laws to enhance not only virtually but in real life. And it's very frustrating to see these assholes who have no idea of how to make order in this world, making it worse. Just saying it one time and then in keeping on with this war because they have this alliance. It's like, oh, anything could happen. We can always be more creative and continue. No, I know that heaven exists and you can live in paradise. I have witness. I have present. People used to be dancing and going out, and I don't know. I see so many cars, and it's like they're not going anywhere. When I am I feel like they're going as they return with nothing, and they're gonna die like this as well because there is no one that is capable of putting everyone together to make peace. There are a few people trying, but it's not good enough. It's not powerful enough because they're putting their energy where it's not. I really wish to have all the power to bring peace on this earth. And I know it's possible. From virtual reality to human interaction. So I was feeling that just to watch and observe, because even if everyone is supporting the royal family and whatever lives are for Meghan and Harry, because they're not popular, so they have to make their own story. And it's not funny to listen, because this is become a storyteller. Don't lie about your private life. You have one or two problems in the press, but you had 300, 600 beautiful reports in the press. It's like if I'm working with customers, there will be one that is not working well, but I have to always keep up with all the good customers that I'm, be grateful that everyone is a good person. So feeding with it, and it's so pretentious that for the royalty it's good to be on the air and always be on the first page every day, to be famous, to be there, a constant, and have coverage. Mm. So why does Elon Musk have more coverage? Because people like science fiction stories. People hate the present, the past. They only believe in the future. They believe in robots, in super fantastic stories about interplanetary, like whatever you see in the movies. That is cool. He's goofy and that's, yeah, he knows how to sell himself. It's simple. But everyone is so corrupted. If you really look down, like they're all having their halo effect. But this is what people talk about to me. What I see in the news. So reporters have to report what everyone clicks. Um, People feel so hurt that looking at crime is another constant. So how to decorate and sugarcoat all this, kind of like one feels like just go around, take care of your things, write more letters to your children, and what I'm gonna do with 80 pounds a week to eat. So how can you talk about decorating? Like my best, don't do anything with all this, because it's just how many times you stolen my Christmas decorations? Also, um, it's like, wow, yeah, the people who will be positive will survive, and they deserve a heavenly heaven. They will deserve, because they will strive, work hard, be positive, and will move along. Yeah. And meanwhile, they don't care for good results. They're not really pointing towards top priority, that is a synchronicity, to match all these territories and these basic needs. So it's very easy to create a world map that is rounded, so people don't see it flat. The people can see it in a three-dimensional way and go around it. And it's huge, so they can see that all these localities are having these vital things that is being targeted, and the color changes. the color of the flag, or a little light bulb changes, that is going from hunger color red, they are out, that is in process, and a blue, that they're already performing and working on it. So it's green, and if they're prosperous is a white light, and if it's yellow, it's because they are starting to take care of their credit without having supervision. Because people don't know about credit. I have to stress this. People need to learn what is credit. Not only the program will help a lot for people to understand when they are doing the accountability and checking the stock and getting to value again and again, because to value, to revalue, to take care, that's like going to another universe, not just another planet. Totally like so this is something that the very rich have to understand for the very poor that have many generations of not being aware of how to handle these values and maintain them. It takes 80% just to maintain. So there are many ways of looking at mathematics, of course, because you can have an infinite flow chain. What are you going to do with this so it works simultaneously? And United Nations is not splitting the world in half. So what is so dangerous with China to blacklist so many companies with chips? This is a part. But when it comes to generate basic laws, I mean, look at the children and teenagers. They don't even have the right to have children because some pedophiles invented for them to change their sex. They haven't even evolved with their hormones to know what is what. And they're putting these things in their minds. Um, with so many perverts, anyone would like to change their sex because they don't feel love. Just by the way some adults could look at you without even treating you, or they treat each other. So there might be many kids who have not been raped, but they feel uncomfortable in these worlds because the hormones create the the mediators, the ones that are mediating all this information. So they started to look outside, growing up with this information. It's crazy talk, but it's real crazy what's happening. So, well, I guess Biden is going to lose his, and until the 2024, he's going to lose his presidency because he might be supported by people who pay him to do this, I guess. Is a social experiment, or what is the need to this? There is 1% of 100 gay people that have been raped already, because nobody who's raped becomes gay, but still the abuse is there. Have a biological imbalance. These are the only ones who could choose, but they are never gonna have children. Uh, it hurts to cut your body. To love yourself doesn't matter you're a man or woman. You can love in any way. As a role player, you get to know that. You can love through any character, through any character. Of course, you really love the character you're building because they will love through whatever they are. And this is an energy that moves you to do things and to feel and to understand what are we doing on this earth to bring meaning. Otherwise, what is love about for if you're not justifying, bringing sense to the gravity of this three-dimensional world? So when they talk about the dimensions, and I've always said it doesn't matter if you're dead or enlightened. What it matters is that you know that you're alive and you're in this earth and you can do this because you're alive. It doesn't matter if you're enlightened or if you have these capabilities and tools and you know how to handle your material on this material earth. That is crucial to have this equilibrium, this priority. So for Osho want everyone in this world to be enlightened. Oh, so okay. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Don't need to go to India to an enlightened master. This is a debate that continues with my mother. Um, and I tell to every social worker or I say nobody needs to psychology or all this. If people have their basic needs, yeah, what do they need to go anywhere? Unless they have this their basic needs, and working is one of the basic needs. So how can we promote all this work? We decorate a reunion and a how can we embrace this form of tunneling? So if the tech giants cannot get together, they cannot get with some leaders in the world to stop this war. And also in this side of Europe, South America, North America, to help this war to stop and stop blaming Putin. He's in moon. And a war is a war. It was their country. They have to accept that they want it to be a democracy. Just finish this war, but they're investing more money in weapons. The problem is that what is happening is going to affect the rest of the free world, and they cannot see it because of the pride and the greed and the blindness. Maybe too much decoration, too many events, too much city, too much decor. They cannot see it. They cannot see the the world is fragmentizing and it needs to move on into a universal understanding economy, but at the same time, it needs to be understood how long it's going to take to that. 300 years, 30 years. The money is localized, but at the same time, the flow chart is moving equally to every country because they're going to copy it and they're going to be against and they're going to create more wars and they're going to create more crises and conflicts. And who is that stupid to create more harm? There is no need to create crisis as the devil split and you will win. There is no need to do that. There are other ways. There are better ways than just being a propaganda, because you're selling something that is it brings relief from a visual effect that in a deeper sense is not sinking in. Like, yeah, So I was laughing a little bit with this couple who film in YouTube. They're decorating Christmas, and she's saying, "I'm still hungry," and the husband is saying, "They're a British couple. She's born here from Arabic, but she's British, and he's British from background as well. And he's like, he doesn't know how to get this jolly feeling to start the Christmas. The one has to start. That it's difficult to put everyone on a this Christmas spirit." And I'm like, oh my god, it used to be easy for me, but it drains your energy out because people don't believe in that, and then they take it. They just take it, and everyone is happy. But then it's sometimes in your life where you're simply exhausted and stuck. Stuck. So I was feeling this documentary of Netflix that I don't want to see from Meghan and Harry, and just to be aware and let it pass, because even if it's conniving, which in the dictionary means giving to or involved in conspiring to do something immoral, illegal, or harmful. Uh, of course, I mean, um, this complex of superiority has to end, because some people are born with something, and some people are like not born, and they are also underneath. Just they have this, uh, because they need to, because they are not. So something just tells me just to let it pass. Let it pass, because this is moving towards something else that is not this, but it's something else. So I was happy. I was happy to see all the black people talking about it. I was researching, and was 99 out of 100. They like the royal family. They like the Meghan has married a royal, but they think to be better than Meghan, and they would never do that. So they love to be black as well, and that Meghan is not black. So I like that narrative. I made that narrative. The very like from the center of my hatred or of this earth, the character Sticks, that she's not black. Sticks would say, "I am black. I am real black," like in a total fictional story, of course, or supernatural, because this is a supernatural character. So the character is black. Not only black, is top model in the world. Um, use Naomi Campbell as my inspiration to portray the character of Styx. Among many characters, I love the black people. I love they are getting to feel they have they have we all have our own way to learn to take care of ourselves, to take care of our families, to know what is credit that we can live, we can do this in a lifetime, that we want to do this, that we accept to do this, that we are engaged to do go to our family and provide for them, and enjoy the little things in the way, and the great things as well, why not? So I love the pompous thing about the British and the Australians joking, not joking, but talking about it. So redundant, because it's kind of funny because it's kind of like they're having it's kind of like a theatrical joke about it because royalty is everyone who loves greatness in this world. There's nothing wrong with it. So whatever religion or culture you are, and the white people feel more affected, of course, because it's the British royal family. So uh, is this polemic where you should never allow another culture get into yours because there's only problems. Horrible, horrible, horrific, horrific problems unless you are well safeguarded and just to keep with your culture or open your senses to this disaster. So South America is a culture, and the Spanish and all this. So it's then you have the classes. Um, it's very important how we handle our values. So this is the sound, how we share the sounds. So it's like how this person the he says he I was interested to help him with something, but I think he wants to go for a date. So appreciate the beauty on everyone. It's just that I'm sound sensitive, so um, some things that I really like, I can't, cannot even like. It's so I don't want to hurt anyone or reject anyone. So I cannot even be friends because the person might want to go on a date, and I don't like dates. I don't want to be with the person also, not even for nightstand, because you would do that. I mean, if you're in New York City or this here in this neighborhood, like, ew, no. I am in a state of life where I cannot bring anything together. Tomorrow can change, or this afternoon, who knows? It's a moment where we're learning how to treat media, information. Corruption is going to end. It is an introduction right now of how people cover their interests and their corruptive. People don't care. People click on these things and they make more money with these things, and is like, wow, I will have to readjust on my and trim to get that shape of back, or another shape towards who I am really, towards who I want to be. This is I used to be a lover of life. This is this is a prayer for the world for those who have power to stop this, wherever they can get together to. I mean, they're after money and domination. One has to face that the differences are are yet to be considered and the fear as such. So it is still primal, elemental, because they're just coming out. Next generation will have it more obvious that there is an identification and then there is this difference, and then we have this in common. We have this other construct that's building this universal that is an affinity, no matter how different we are, and there's no need even to talk about it. So wherever I go in my house is disgusting because of my roommates. No matter how much love and compassion is being I don't even care about myself anymore. It's contagious. You can sicken yourself, not just around you, but yourself. And I see how can I switch from one extreme to another and be totally null, like numb, stop, nothing, just disconnect. There is nothing, no cover, nothing to erase, nothing to invest, nothing to just disconnect, because it's going to be painful to see that there is. Oh, now is the doctor. Bye. Hello, it's Patricia.